Yo. Working on getting Dennis Rodman a diamond fucking contract.
Yep. And then once that's done, I'll have an entire team of diamond contracted players again. I just want that diamond contract on Dennis Rodman so I can go into unlimited and not have to worry about everybody quitting against me because I have Dennis Rodman and they can figure out how to have him. People do that after a while. If you have super OP cards that they can't actually achieve and you had to actually get them on a harder difficulty and they know that's how you had to get it, they'll quit automatically against you because you actually have talent at the game and an IQ. They're gonna see I got Dennis Rodman and they're gonna be like, dude, get the fuck out of here. That means you had to do something probably absolutely ridiculous, and it actually was for most of the challenges, and most of them took 2 to 3 tries to beat. Actually, one I couldn't figure out for the life of me. Another one I couldn't figure out for the life of me was getting 2 blocks against Jerry Salone, Reggie Theus, and Artis Gilmore. I couldn't do that. It took 5 tries to do that challenge. It took 1 try to do the challenge before getting Dennis Rodman. I got to the final challenge, and if it wasn't for Stephen Curry missing 5 shots, I would have had Dennis Rodman in the first game. That's how overconfident I was, and because it's Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and Michael Jordan, even though Michael Jordan was dark matter and ran point guard, the guy still couldn't block Stephen Curry to save his life, and I blocked Jordan and Pippen and Rodman all 3 times with Stephen Curry. That guy was just going off on the block. I was like, what? This guy's blocking Dennis Rodman. He's blocking Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen as they're flying up for dunks. Curry's just up there. Whap. Nope. And I'm like, no, he doesn't do that. I don't know what universe this game thinks he plays in, but it isn't a reality one. Like, if I get dark matter Vince Carter, then Michael Jordan's going to the bench. And that's like something you don't really hear is Michael Jordan coming off the bench. Jeez, Kyrie Irving, learn how to guard fucking Steph Curry. I think it's almost time for a timeout to be called. So we go with Artis Gilmore, Dirk Nowitzki, Obi Toppin, Donovan Mitchell running the point guard, Magic Johnson running the point. Yeah, Kyrie, how you gonna block Magic fucking Johnson, bud? I guess that's a good one. No, that is one thing I do like about fucking Magic Johnson. He can lock people down in the post. So that's why I have him coming off the bench, because nobody's going to suspect me to do that, and I'd rather my tallest point guard come off the bench to give me a better advantage after I already start with my god. I'm already really good with Steph Curry, so if I have a tall one that gives me a better advantage to my bench, then I'll use Johnson. Yeah, we've got like 3 7-footers on this lineup. Artis Gilmore, Magic Johnson, and Dirk Nowitzki. Give me the ball. It's so weird having a point guard that can guard positions 1 through 5 like Magic Johnson. It actually kind of is. I don't know what to think about that. Like, obviously that's a useful point guard, but it's a weird one. Oh, they got Kevin Durant coming up the court now. Alright, Kevin Durant. You gotta go off against Dirk Nowitzki. Can I have the ball? No. Okay. Kevin Durant is very annoying.
He's kind of rude, bro.
You go away, Mr. Durant. Oh, Magic missed a full court shot. You're fired. Maybe I should have Kyle Lowry run the fucking shooting guard position. He's a little bigger than Mitchell Donovan.
Ooh, Nowitzki with the off-ball steal. What a guy. Okay, Magic Johnson just alley-ooped Kyle Lowry. I don't know how to feel about that. Pretty
Shit, he's gonna move. Nice.
That's just like if I didn't stick this one badge on Blake Griffin and would have stuck it on Steph Curry, Steph Curry would have had like every shooting badge at Hall of Fame. It would have been ridiculous. Yeah. Fucking Kevin Durant. Maybe Kyrie Irving should learn how to guard my point guard. He's not doing a good job. Yo, it's Michael Jordan. What do you fucking expect?
MJ.
Yeah. The athleticism of Michael Jordan when he goes for a dunk like it's the greatest thing the commentators had ever seen in their life. Oh, Curry with the fucking steal. Oh, he's going to alley-oop Dennis fucking Rodman. And it's in. Half court alley-oop to Dennis Rodman. Rodman was just hanging in the paint, so I thought I'd alley-oop him. He looked like he was ready for something. Like, nobody was even near Rodman. That's the best part. Curry is that smart. He'll go right for Rodman from half court with an alley-oop, and Rodman just taps it in.
Going off my jump, dog.
Well, I just locked Kyrie right down. And fucking Kevin Durant. I locked down Kyrie with Stephen Curry, and I locked down Durant with fucking Rodman. I love how I was just fiddling around switching my lineup while Curry had the ball, and then I just greened a three in somebody's face. Of course, Dennis Rodman and Curry have their fucking takeovers. Oh, Dirk Nowitzki cheats. Fuck off.
name is Tigger Alcoholic. He's pretty funny.
Seems like my name.
Some pimps going out.
Magic Johnson with the steal. And he dunks it. Yeah, it's 80-23 against the Brooklyn Nets going into the fourth quarter. This team doesn't know how to score. Yo, Nowitzki just did a 360 dunk. What? That was a pretty flashy dunk, Mr. Nowitzki. Never seen you do that. I scared the guy with Kyle Lowry. He went to go take a shot and I jumped up in front of him when he least expected it. And he kind of like fell backwards. I hate people like that when you surprise them with somebody and they fall backwards and the ref's like, yo, that's a foul. And I'm like, dude, I fucking surprised them. Yeah, I like Kyle Lowry running my shooting guard position better than Mitchell Donovan. Holy fuck. This team sucks, bro. It's 92-24 right now. And Dirk Nowitzki for 3, and he got it in. Whoopee! Now it's 95-24 because they don't protect the ball. Can I have the ball back? No. I'm calling a timeout. They finally scored 2 points, so I'm calling timeout because they cheated. I don't know. I think Nowitzki technically gets a better rating defensively if you add a true centerman to your lineup and have him play power forward. Like, he actually plays defense again. And plays it a lot better. He's not a real centerman. He was a stretch 4. Dirk Nowitzki. They have a glitch. They have a glitch center card where he's supposed to play center first before power forward. And even that card, you're better off putting him at his original position. Yeah, like I've tried him at center in most games, and I can't like rely on him that much. Like even with triple threat, I would rather use him as the center there, obviously, because that's smarter. He can shoot threes, more my playstyle. But now that I have Dennis Rodman, I'm thinking about undersizing that mode more because in triple threat you don't have to deal with tip-offs. You don't. So why do I need a 7-footer? Why not just use Dennis Rodman to handle my defense, Michael Jordan to handle the wing, or whoever to handle the wing, and Steph Curry can handle point guard? Simple. That's what I'm going to start doing, because you don't need a really tall centerman. You just need, like, Dennis Rodman for a triple threat. It's Stephen Curry, and you're saying it's ridiculous when he scores 41 points by 3-pointers? Okay. And he missed. The score is embarrassing, though, for the Brooklyn Nets, sir. If they lost like this in reality, oh, fucking this team would be dismantled in 5 seconds. Could you imagine losing a basketball game 101-28?
Yeah, it's 2K for you. Some guy online lost like that?
I'm playing domination mode on the hardest difficulty against a computer team. With a bunch of, like, with my team put together just to grind out currency for Dennis Rodman. I won't go online yet without Rodman having diamond contracts. I don't trust anybody not to quit yet. I don't know if they have other good cards yet, but unless you pretty much have a lineup of cards that prove you can play the game through harder difficulties against a computer, people will play you. Like, they don't care if you have Steph Curry. They'll care if I have Dennis Rodman. I played 3 different people on 2K20 after unlocking the last year's version of Dennis Rodman through the 90 Spotlight Challenge, like the final one you got. That card. And people quit on me the second I dunked on them and they saw his badge count pop up in the replay mode. They were gone. It would be like your opponent has left the game. And I'd be like, why? Because he has more badges than fucking GOAT Michael Jordan? Like, get over it. I'm sorry. It is not my fault that when you look at Dennis Rodman for what he could technically do and still score the ball, it's not my fault that technically he's a better basketball player than Michael Jordan. You're just going to make him underrated because Michael Jordan scored every point for the Bulls. So you don't care about what Dennis Rodman can do. But he's a tank. You care about Scottie Pippen and Dennis and Michael Jordan. Nobody ever gave two shits about Mr. Dennis Rodman. Unless you're like a fan of Dennis Rodman. But he was a nice guy. That's why I liked him. I watched a couple of documentaries on Rodman. And to learn he pretty much handed out money like it was like fucking candy to homeless people and shit. I like absolutely adored Rodman. I was like, dude, this guy's a nice fucking guy. He didn't take celebrityism to the head. He literally became a famous basketball player, didn't give a fuck, just wanted to play the sport of basketball, and fucking handed out his paycheck like it was money. Like nothing. Like it's like, yo, I have a nice house, but here, do you want 50 grand, sir? Be like, yeah. I wish I would have met Dennis Rodman back in the 90s. And I was poor back then. Hey, Mr. Rodman, can I have 5 grand? Yeah, here you go, kid. Thank you. That'd be nice. Man, this team lost badly, sir. It's 111 to 36 for me. Oh shit, Dennis Rodman just got another block. What a magician he is. Rodman, you didn't need to go for the rebound from Steph Curry shooting a 3-ball. That's just pointless, bro. Don't waste your energy. Unless I tell you to fucking run your ass off because I know it's not going in, Mr. Rodman, don't do it. 114 to 36 on All-Star. Yeah, I just made 1,387 MT. See, with the Diamond contract roster, what I can really do is it just depends on really What do I want to grind out? Because I can technically grind out most MT for single packs, and most of them are pretty well worth it because they'll guarantee me shit most of the time. And then I can use my VC for my career mode, so I pretty much double dip 2 different modes and grind them out consistently to buy things. Like I've got 12,000 MT, and if I didn't need a diamond contract in like 3 games, I'd just go and do my thing. Buy another pack, but you know, unfortunately I need a diamond contract and can't sell a player. But Dennis Rodman has like 15 contracts. He should be good to play some ball. Yeah, so his inside scoring is an A plus, his mid range and 3-point is B plus, his playmaking is a B minus. All defense is A plus down to athleticism, and his basketball IQ is a C plus. With 41 Hall of Fame badges, 8 gold badges. That's Dennis Rodman.
Nice.
At Galaxy Opal. Yeah. And it was just like last year. You had to do a set of challenges to get him, but it was only 5 this year, not 10, and you didn't have to play 5-on-5. They actually did it through Triple Threat this year. Which your final objective was, like I said, you had to face Pippen, Rodman, and Jordan, and don't get the ball stolen from you. So if you played just traditional one-on-one ball with pretty much your point guard running the show, like I used my Dark Matter Curry, pretty much every point was him, and that's all I did. I would let them go up and try to get dunks if they got a dunk, because that's all they could score really against me. Then they got their 2 points. Past that, I scored 3. But at the end of the day, it was like 9 or 11 to 21 for me. I whooped their ass. Like, they were missing shots left, right, and center on Hall of Fame mode. I had them intimidated by Steph Curry. Like I said, Curry blocked all 3 of them. And that's when I almost wanted to cry and leave the game. But I was like, I had the game in the bag. But that's at the point where you want to quit the game, is when Curry's playing amazing defense. You're like, no, he can't do that. Curry doesn't block Dennis. If Curry blocked Dennis Rodman and locked down Dennis Rodman in real life, I would cry and stop watching the NBA.
That'd be cringe.
Yeah, exactly. That would be like a cringe moment in the league. You'd be like, hey, Dennis Rodman has to be really old and can't play the sport no more.
Dennis Rodman will probably still ball somebody up, bro. I would not get me a ball match for that dude, bro. He would just grab. That dude would just bowl you, bro.
Yeah.
Like a one-on-one, that dude would probably just bowl you. You get bullied down in the paint. He'd just get the ball, probably back you down, dude, and you'd be just done. He just. The thing about him, like, he knew, like, he studied the rebound, bro. He
Yeah.
The rebounder. He studied the rebound. That man knew everything, bro.
Yep.
Exactly the way the ball was coming up to him and everything.
Yeah.
He was the most skilled rebounder of all time.
Yeah, he went to the gym and literally asked his friends, hey, shoot the ball from over there, shoot the ball from over here, hey, take a shot from over here, take a shot from literally everywhere on this court so I can figure out how that ball's gonna bounce.
He basically studied the physics of how the ball would fall.
Yeah, and then not even just that, and then he would also take that, what knowledge he learned from that, and then he would study their shots on tape. He would go and watch games and watch the way people would shoot the ball, watch how they would jump. And so he could actually fucking block them and knock them down. It's like, dude, he was a fucking... and it's because,
I'd say of our time, like, Dennis Rodman really wasn't our time, but I'd say of our time, the best rebounder growing up, I would have to say, like, probably Shaq, Ben Wallace, probably those guys.
Yeah, like, Rodman, okay, Rodman technically played on the Lakers with Shaq, which is where I drew the line of, technically he did get to, he grew up and won, like, a few games of our era. So did Pippen and Jordan. They were just not the...
Everywhere, bro.
Rodman played... Yep, so Pippen played with... Who was it in the early 2000s?
Played with the Pistons, Bulls. I think he played with the Blazers, too. Or that was Pippen. I think Pippen was playing with the Blazers.
Pippen played with the Blazers. I know he went to Orlando with Jordan at one point. Hell yeah, him and Shaq finally got to play before Shaq went to the Lakers. And then when Shaq went to the Lakers, Rodman got drafted over there with Phil Jackson as well. So, right, like, technically they wouldn't need Shaq to do so much work on the boards then, and that really did help Shaq. It helped keep his energy preserved for blocks and shit. So you had Rodman for rebound, Shaq for blocks on the Lakers. That was a deadly duo in the paint. Plus you had Kobe for a sharpshooter. And whoever the fuck played point guard at that point, I don't even know. But yeah, no, you are right. Like the big men we traditionally know, like Dirk Nowitzki is a traditional power forward that was so unique to us. He's going to be a one of a kind stretch four for our entire lives. We're not going to get another 7-footer that's another Dirk Nowitzki. I would like to see another one.
Kristaps Porzingis, but he's not even close to how good Dirk is, dude.
Yeah, like there's some of them you can kind of compare likeness to with how they tend to do like the fadeaway now. Everybody uses that leg jumper in the post that Dirk invented.
I'm 7-footer that can shoot, dude, which would be Kristaps.
Yeah, he can shoot, but he's not as efficient as Dirk could be behind that line. He can shoot.
Slow, dude.
He is.
They're both pretty slow, dude, but Dirk was more skilled, dude. Dirk was just skilled as fuck with the ball, dude.
Yeah, he had more of a passing and shooting more of a playmaking mentality than a real big man brain. He didn't play.
Bro.
Yeah, he played rebounds.
Fine, bro.
Yeah.
Carry his squad, bro.
He didn't block a lot, but he did rebound, so that was his defense technique. He could kind of lock you down and rebound you because of his height. You could get intimidated over the guy, but the guy's 7 fucking feet. Any short guy's going to be kind of intimidated over Dirk. So that's where he got the defensive, at least, input to play there. His offensive skill was never dunking. You never saw that guy get up to that net and really slam it in. Unless it was off an offensive rebound or a tap in for a putback. That was the closest you saw him get to that net was usually then. Past that, he usually preferred his mid-range fadeaway jumper that like never fucking missed. The guy never missed that shot. I swear to God, that was a glitch shot for him. Like that is the definition of a glitch shot.
Definition of a hot zone shot, dude. Hot zone shot.
If you can acquire 2K badges and stick them to an actual shot in real life in a real player, Dirk Nowitzki has that. Deep fades, apparently hot zone hunter, and fucking, I swear to God, range extender and flexible release all just for that idea. It's like, fuck you!
He's got mid-range range extender. He's shooting fadeaways like by the line.
Yeah, and I remember that too when he could do the fadeaways at half the time at the elbow of the thing. He'll be like kind of trapped, and then he'd fade away out of it and pass the 3 line and still get it in for a 3. And I'd be like, I'm like, did you just pull off a point guard shot, mister?
He practiced that shot every day, though, bro.
Oh yeah, he did. He was a big post man up, but he was the only one that got away with doing it constantly, and then everybody copies the shot. Yeah. I've noticed that everybody that does the fadeaway post shot now, it's exactly Dirk Nowitzki's shot, and I'm like, can you guys not get an original shot? Like, even, like, Durant uses that exact shot, and it pisses me off. I'm like, dude, you're not Dirk Nowitzki.
He did. He created space because he would, like, put his foot out, too, bro.
Yeah, yeah, he would kick out his one leg so he could create space so you couldn't really charge at him. And most people are still careful about that, even though it can draw an offensive foul nowadays. Dirk would still do it, and everybody was still cautious when he did it. Because come hell or high water, whether the foul counts or not, if you get the bucket, the points are going to count. So they thought, no matter what, we're going to foul the fucker, and he's going to get the points anyhow. So what's the point of really getting him into an offensive foul? The points will still count if after he shoots the ball anyway. And it's stupid. So they just kind of like gave up on Nowitzki with guarding that fadeaway shot. Once it started going that way, they were just like backing away from him at most points. They just put their hands in the air and hope to God that kind of fucked his vision up of the net. Just like, okay. You can't really see. Yeah, no, exactly. So you just kind of stood there with your hands in the air, hoping to God it affected his vision to a degree of the net behind you. That's all you can do against Nowitzki at power forward, and it's such a dick move. That's why I use him so much there. And everybody's always, run him center. He's the glitch card for center. And I'm like, no, run him at his normal position and see how good your team can be when you have a real defensive leader backing him up. Artis Gilmore is a good centerman. He's a little slow, but him and Nowitzki team together works because I still have a big man that shoots. Patrick Ewing apparently can shoot threes. I'm not going to question that ability, but apparently he can. Yeah, for Valhalla, yeah, I already beat the DLC. I've got
I've got so many.
Dr. Rock, dude.
Hmm?
You ever talk to Dr. Rock anymore?
Yeah, I still talk to him, but he doesn't have a headset right now for his PS4.
Really?
Yeah. See, we hear each other all the time in court when we're both in court together, and we talk on Facebook all the fucking time.
You guys are always in court together? It's not good.
Like, not like on the same charge. We're never charged together. That's the ironic thing. We appear in court in front of the judge at the same time as each other, but we're never charged together. For some odd reason, we are best friends, have been troublemakers together, but for some reason never got fucking caught.
You guys know each other in real life?
Yes, we went to high school together, actually, me and Doc LaRock. We got kicked out of our... Yeah.
You guys are like, what, 27?
Yeah, he's a year or two younger than me, and I'm 28. So he's like 26, 27 now.
I think he's 27, I remember. I'm 26, he's 27.
Yeah, so I think there's like a three... Yeah, we pretty much go in a line in ages, I think, the three of us. So yeah, he's a year younger than me, and we literally used to take the bus to school, meet up at school, and walk back to his hometown to skip and smoke bongs and shit.
Yeah, I graduated school in 13, high school.
Yeah, no, me and Cody LaRock never graduated. We decided that drugs and not going to school is way more fun.
I smoked a lot of drugs in high school, dude. Smoked a lot of weed. I still smoke a lot of weed. I smoked way more weed back in high school, though.
Oh, yeah.
To this day, I still smoke like 2 or 3 blunts a day, though. On average, like 2 blunts a day.
Oh, this is bad. I want to sell my coach because, like, I know he sells for good money right now. But, like, I don't want to sell my coach because he's a diamond coach. I have Nick Nurse, who's a +5 balanced coach, and the only one that's actually worth me even looking at after that would be Greg Popovich, and he's not even in the auction house.
The fact that he's still coaching is nuts.
Yep, and he's the best defensive coach in the league, and I will always take that hands down over Nick Nurse if I can get my hands on him, but I've never got my hand on him. But they made a dark matter version of him where he's like +10 defense, everything.
Phil Jackson's probably the best coach.
Yeah, like, yeah. Exactly. When you think of, like, the two best... And they did this year. I can't believe this. You know how coaches have never gotten anything higher than a fucking diamond rating? They have two dark... Yeah, they like, for the My Team. When you look at the My Team, they've never gotten any higher than diamond, like, +5. That's, like, the normal rate. Now, what they did this year for My Team is they took the coach's idea and brought it to 2 coaches up to +10, and it's the first time one coach has even been available in the My Team department, and they're both dark matter coaches. Now, you can have Greg Popovich at literally dark matter +10 defense, everything, so your defenses skyrocket, or you can get dark matter Phil Jackson if you traded in both sets or, like, collected both sets and handed them in, and now you can't sell them. Yeah, and then you'll get the +10 in the triangle offense.
Yeah, because he ran a triangle.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, could you imagine that on Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman together with my Steph Curry and shit? Oh, God, that would be a beautiful team. But I also want to get Greg Popovich for one reason. He actually coached Dennis Rodman, and that was the one that brought out the real defensive brain mind. And I want to see what a dark...
Separation between, like, a third best coach. Like, who would you say is the third best coach? It's kind of like a separation.
See, I think more or less, after that it would go to Steve Kerr. He's a really good player coach. He's a really good player coach. He's gotten a few rings, and he's like, and not even just has he won one as a coach. He's won, like, how many with the Bulls as a player too. That's the bullshit part.
He probably has like 8 rings, bro.
Yeah, altogether. Yeah, he's got about 8 rings all fucking together. I think Steve Nash might win his first ring as a coach on his first year, which would be pretty impressive.
He will. The Nets are gonna win it, bro. I don't see like any other team coming up with him, bro.
And if he does that, then he's going to be another player coach that once again has won a ring in both lineups, which would put him in another runner-up to be Steve Kerr. But I mean, if Dirk Nowitzki became the coach of the Mavericks after a few years and ran them to a coach.
Steve Nash tried to bump off Suns for too long, bro. He never left them. He never left the Suns.
No, and then when he did, he went to the Mavericks, and then when he went to New York, he offered Dirk Nowitzki an assistant coaching job up in New York because of how good of friends they are, and Dirk said, unless it has something to do with the Mavericks, don't even fucking ask me. Dirk won't even go to a coaching staff or an office job unless it's for the Mavericks. And I,
Coach Steve Nash in a heartbeat, bro.
oh fuck yeah, I could see him definitely coaching the Mavericks in 10 seconds. Well, think about it. Him and Luka played together, so he already knows professionally half that team. They actually got a chance to play with Dirk Nowitzki. So if he actually went and coached them,
Would be a perfect coach for that job.
yeah, for that team exactly. He's gotten to play with most of the recent players.
I put him on as an assistant coach for a couple years, bro.
You know, exactly. Let him learn the gist of what coaching is at first, but he would be a really good assistant coach as it is already because he's played and he has the chemistry with Luka. He's got the chemistry with some of those guys.
Patrick Ewing coaching now somewhere?
I,
Doesn't Patrick Ewing coach like Georgetown or something? I think he does, dude.
yep. He's another one that went to fucking coaching. It's like surprisingly how many of the players now, it's like, yo, Larry Bird too, he coaches the Celtics.
I think Kobe Bryant, I don't know, I think he wasn't going to be a coach. He was more into like the writing and authoring. He was.
Yeah.
He won an Oscar, bro, before he died. They gave him an Oscar for that like short book he wrote about. Like it was like it was about like basketball. It was like a anime, like kind of like. Did you ever hear about that or no?
No, I didn't get to hear about that.
Yeah, Kobe won an Oscar, bro. He like wrote like. I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, like
Oscar, bro.
yeah, other players I'm surprised like didn't turn into some sort of a coaching assistant or anything like that is MJ Pippen. Rodman still plays, but he plays in the minor leagues now, but he's still going. That's the thing. Out of that entire era of the Bulls, isn't that fucked up that Dennis Rodman is still fucking playing the game? Did you know that? He's playing for like some fucking subdivision. I think he's.
In 2018, he won for Best Animated Short.
Oh, that's cool.
He bought, yeah, it was called Dear Basketball, which was basically Paul Lee wrote about his retirement. I just fucking ricochet.
Alrighty, now that I'm back at my phone here.
They became the first professional athletes to ever win an Academy Award. Best animated short film called Their Basketball. Let me look it up, dude. It's only 6 minutes, bro. What the fuck?
Okay, so when he was in the NBA, Rodman played for the Pistons, the Spurs, the Bulls, the Lakers, and the Mavericks. I didn't even know he played for the Mavericks.
It's only a 6-minute video, but it's like a poem. It's like a short poem video that he made.
Jesus.
I don't see anybody could have done that, bro. They basically gave him because he was better.
Wow, they actually count Dennis Rodman as having a professional wrestling career?
Let's look at the reviews on this, bro, and see what they actually said about this short little film. Bro, there's literally some woman on Google saying, like, it's been a year since we've lost Kobe Bryant and Vanessa Bryant. I just want to say some words to Vanessa. I can't imagine how you are feeling right now. You lost your king and your princess at the same time. You were going through hellish pain. But this is like a Google reviewer putting this on Google, bro. Like, that's what's crazy is, like, those people can probably actually see those reviews, like, Kobe Bryant's wife and shit.
Mm-hmm. Huh, so I don't know if Rodman technically retired in 2006 or if he played basketball and last played in 2006. I don't actually know. The guy looks like he could still play, though, out of any of the Bulls guys. He's at age 60, and he's the only one that looks like he could still play the game. You look at Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, they look like if they fucking ran, they'd fall over. And then you look at Dennis Rodman, and it's like, fuck, bro, you don't even look 60. You maybe look 40 or 50. Like, you look like you could still run up and down the court for a few laps and play. Yeah, no, the extension reward's pissing me off. Normally I get the extension reward like 20 times. This one's a dark matter, haven't gotten it once.
What's wrong with the auction house? Okay, is something up with 2K, or is like just the auction house not loading up? Okay, it's just the auction house. That was fucking weird. I tried to go see if I could weasel a diamond contract dirt cheap out of the auction house. Sometimes that works for me. Yeah, my team.